Alright, time for a beginner's guide to Xin Zhao. Now, Xin Zhao is an extremely strong champion at the moment. He is one of the better AD junglers that you want to, or like that you could consider climbing with. He has really good win rates, has really good matchups into mostly everything at the moment. He has, like, yeah, overall extremely solid champion since this buff, since everything, like, all the changes. So I would highly recommend you picking him up and trying him out at least. Alright, so back at 50 seconds, ward the blue, just in case I get cheesed by something. Now, for Xin specifically, you have a couple of pathing options, but generally you want to go for a level 3 clear. On this champion, however, the level 3 clear that is actually better is not something you might expect. And it's red, raptors, and then Gromp. This will hit you level 3, since the recent changes to Gromp getting its experience back. And the reason this is the better path is because it's actually slightly faster than red-blue Gromp. And it will leave you on one side of the map. I'm actually getting no leash here, though. That's a little bit unfortunate. I don't know how to feel about this, but I guess that's low elo for you. This is gonna cost me some time, sadly. I also have a kill AD carry, I just noticed. Alright, well. Either way, that's the path that's gonna lead you into being on one side of the map as well. So that does help on top of that. You just do W here second and you just focus the big one mostly. Auto attack them to get them slightly low. And then play it in a way that your next W will kill. I took a lot more damage here because I didn't get a single help from my kill. Or my Vigard really didn't do anything either. Normally you would be much healthier here. You would have taken a lot less damage from your red buff. But this is, I guess, manageable for now. I'll pop a potion. So right now I'm just going to do Gromp real quick. This is going to hit me level 3. And then from here on out, I can look to gank if I want to. So if, like, let's say the top laner is actually pushing out here. So I'm just going to try to smite here. Speed this up real quick. Now do keep in mind this would be slightly faster with an actual leash. Because I didn't get one. But as you see, this guy's now pushing. So I can just opt for this. He warded early as hell. That's fine. Ways to play that is normally you just want to get in range using any of your dashes or any of your gap closing abilities up front isn't really worth it. If you can play it in a way where you get the flash first and then use your gap closing abilities, that is way better for you. So that is the way I played it there. She flashed first and then I W dashed after her because my E wasn't in range in and of itself. She didn't have flash because of the W, so I can easily W basically a free target at that point and move on from there. Now from this, as you can see, the raptors are off the map and my jungle clear that I actually want to clear is on the top side right now. If I would have done the blue into the Gromp, I would have still managed the same type of path here, but my raptors wouldn't be down. So that would actually be prone to counter jungling a little bit more, so this is a little bit more efficient. And Xin is pretty good at it because of his WE start. So this is definitely something you want to keep in mind. It can help you a lot in just avoiding falling behind the early game. So in this case, I'm just going to base. I will go for the... Where is it? Shield bow here. I'm just going to sell the potion. I don't really need it. Xin has way more, like, more than enough innate sustain just with his passive. And, I mean, I don't need the potion necessarily for that reason. It can still be helpful. Selling it might not be the best play every time. You might not have gold for it either if the top lane gank wouldn't work and could just buy some components from Noonquiver as well. That's completely fine too. But yeah, that's the pathing in the early game that I want to consider here. Okay, this is fine. I can actually just look for the bot lane gank here. Because they just use some summoners. I will get spotted here though, I think. See how aware they are. Yeah, this will be fine. I'm actually gonna do it because I'm okay here. Walk her up. Nope. Okay. Apparently didn't flash. Kind of predicted her that she would have flashed already. It's a mistake on my end though. I should have walked up instead of Eing, as I just said earlier. Would have been better. He took that. That's fine. So yeah. If I would have led with just like walking up and queuing her and then flash, like dashing after her flash, that would have been better on my end. Bit sloppy. All right, so now let's talk builds. Let's talk runes first on this champion. Now you see that I have Conqueror right here. I do think that Conqueror is the better option for Xin Zhao if you're starting out / if you are lower elo. Because if you're going Hail of Blades, you're looking to pressure a game early. Conqueror is going to outscale Hail of Blades, pretty much guaranteed. So at that point, you just want to make sure that you have the scaling in like a standard game to like basically scale into the late game on this champion. Just gonna focus this guy here. I missed my W apparently. That must have been close. Okay, let me Q twice here and then get a free dash, hopefully. Interesting how my team doesn't follow that up. Can you... What? I may or may not have overestimated my teammates there. That is my bad. Okay. I was fully expecting Katarina to like flash E, maybe ignite on top of a Kane there that we catch that way. Or at least ignite him, but yeah. I mean, again, low elo. I will keep it in mind. I will not do it again. I've learned my lesson. It's okay. It happens. So yeah, runes. I would say that if you are playing for the early game, like really early game, Hail of Blades is better. But as soon as you get to the mid to late game, the Conqueror will be better. And this is why I would recommend you to go Conqueror, because let's just be honest here, lower elo players will not know how to end games fast and effectively, normally speaking. So Conqueror will generally be better for them. If, however, you feel confident in like winning the early game and really snowballing, and this would be better against squishy teams as well, then you can obviously take Hail of Blades as well. That's up to you. If you do get Hail of Blades, I would recommend to go for a build setup that includes like an Eclipse setup for just the overall most burst, because then that will help a lot. Like you can go for that situation with Eclipse into Sterax, into like whatever, Guardian Angel, stuff like that. There's a bunch of things you can do at that point. But that will give you a lot of burst. At the same time, give you a good amount of sustain as well, don't get me wrong. But that is what I would recommend if you are going to run Hail. If you're going to run Conqueror, I would recommend you to go one of two ways. Those two ways are either Shield Bow or go for Divine Sunderer right now. This highly will depend on the enemy team you're going to play against. I hope they kill the minions here. There we go. Just give me 1 second for this gank. Land this. And then with the dash, I can follow this up. Okay, good. Get the shutdowns off that bot lane. Yeah, what I was saying was, if you go Conqueror, then you can go either Shield Bow or for the Divine Sunderer. Divine Sunderer is especially good against tanky teams. So if you're playing against mostly tanks, like a tanky enemy... Did you really just take my... What the heck? Actually was enough gold for my Shield Bow as well. Kind of sad, to be honest. Okay, I was a little bit salty about that one, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, if you're going the Divine Sunderer route with this setup against the more tanks, then you want to follow Divine Sunderer up with a Black Cleaver into a Blade of the Rune King. You can also go Black Cleaver into Sterax, into Blade of the Rune King, and then a Guardian Angel to end that off with. This will mostly be focused around killing those tanky champions on the enemy team. It is a very effective build for that. However, if you're facing more squishy teams, teams that are faster to kill, or just, I mean, generally lower elo players as well that might have less gold income overall, then you can also opt to go for the build that I'm going with right now, which is Immortal Shield Bow. Into... Wait, give me 1 second. She actually still has flash. And has ult as well. Okay. There we go. That works. So yeah, you can go Immortal Shield Bow into Essence Reaver and just like kind of build crit related stuff a little bit more. That would be very good as well. This is just going to be higher one-shot value, and that is an option you have. So that's what I'm going to go with, because the enemy team is rather squishy and not that tanky. Against the team, I'm definitely going Mercs here. So I'll get that. And yeah, from here on out, I'd go for Essence Reaver. From there on out, you can build like a Lord Dominic's for some extra physical or like extra armor penetration if you do need it. You can do a Guardian Angel to get yourself a little like extra HP. There are plenty of choices you have. You can go like a Serp Fang if you do need some shielding reduction at that stage as well. But those are your two core items, are the Essence Reaver and the Shield Bow. So that's for the builds. If you do have questions about builds, be my guest to put those in the comments below. I'll do my best to help you out with them, or give you my feedback on them at least. And yeah, so moving on from there, let's just continue playing here. So the Kayn is now showing bot lane. I'm just going to insta-run there to make sure that I'm back up for this situation. The Galio is running upwards. I'm more surprised that my bot lane actually tried to make an engage with the Kayn being in that bush, but it's okay. This isn't warded. That didn't hit. That's unfortunate. Galio is top lane, so I do have a pretty decent chance at winning this fight. See if they would take it. Like, as you can see here, my kill isn't doing too great, but that's something I'm, like, ignoring. Like, you don't need to stress about it. If it happens to be the case, it happens to be the case. There's no impact you can have on that realistically. I have Red Smite here, so I'm just going to try to 1v1 this guy real quick. I'm pretty strong, so I don't think he's going to win. Hold your E for the flash or dash. That's quite unfortunate. He got away, barely. Oh, he wasn't in range for that either. Zyra saved him there. I have to respect the Illaoi ultimate, so I can't try to fight that, sadly. Okay. Alright, I have to make sure that I keep rotating through my camps. It's extremely valuable to keep your experience gains as much as, like, as high as possible. So, don't just stand around in bushes and wait for something to happen that's just not going to happen. See a fight on bot lane, so I have to join instead of going for a camp rotation right now. My guys. Illaoi is walking down, so I want to try to avoid fighting here. They have an advantage here. They can probably get the dragon. I would assume that is their play right now. I'm not gonna do nothing and just wait. I'm gonna obviously do this camp and wait for something to happen on bot lane. See if they're gonna do something random. I know there's still no wards here. I'm actually surprised they walked up to the Kayn there. I don't know why they did that. It is so close. If I was able to get that one auto attack off, I would have killed the Zyra as well. That is extremely sad. Yeah, I don't know what to say. My bot lane is rather useless, I suppose. It is fine. It happens. Alright, so in this game, I'm definitely gonna have to opt for probably a bunch more survivability lifesteal. So I would maybe go for like a Bloodthirster after the finish of the Essence Reaver here. I can also go Navori Quick Blades, which is what I would do like normally. Like, I really like this item, which I might still do it in this case. We'll see when I get there how things look. This is gonna be an interesting game though. But I'll show you, like, I have more than enough chances to win this one. Like, there's nothing to worry about here. Does she still have ult? She does. I'm gonna have to ult then to try to survive. I don't have a shield bow up right now. I have to keep that in mind. Alright, that works. They made an interesting decision trying to fight me there. The way I played that there is making sure that I use the Crescent Guard as my protective shield for as long as possible. As Illaoi starts ulting there, trying to walk outside of her range will avoid you to get hit by a bunch of tentacles slamming down on your face and doing a bunch of damage to you. So if you walk outside of her range and you stand like away from her, you will take less damage. I was actually using my ult to avoid taking damage there and trying to run away to turn them into a situation where the play would have been more in my favor, meaning an area where Alawi didn't ult, basically. Just drag him out of that area. I'm gonna have to give up some early game here, because the enemy bot lane is just way better, or like than my bot lane in general. So I'm gonna have to give up some early dragons. I have to just make sure that they don't get the third. Like, the first two are manageable. As soon as they start getting like the third, you have to start worrying a little bit more. But up until that point, you should be good. Take that down. I'm actually gonna go bot here, because I still have to I still really want the shutdowns. Do that. Have the proc on it. He flashed. That is rather annoying, isn't it? Alright, at least his flash down. Can't reach that, sadly. Okay. I could try the cheese here, doing this. See if they scout. They didn't scout. The Kane flashed there, so that's not much I can do about that. The Galio was like right here. He might still be in here. I can probably opt to go for this guy. If I can reach him. I did reach him. That's good. There we go. Not bad. Looking for that W max range reach to basically just kill him. Topside Scuttle is spawning, so I'm going to play for that. I need to make sure that I back somewhat soon for my Essence Reaver, because it's going to be a nice damage spike. I see some aggression on top lane. Alawi just used her ultimate as well, so I can just keep moving up right now and skip Scuttle. Kill the Alawi real quick, because I know she doesn't have ults, because I saw her use it right there. And from here on out, we can kill her. I'm actually going to use my dash there to get close instantly. Then we're going to push out the wave here. It's okay, that should reach turret. I'm going to now play for Scuttle here. Take my Gromp and my Wolves as they respawn, and then I'm going to look for a base. I'm actually using all my hits, because I'm not trusting Vigard to actually give me that, since he did take the last one. This one. There we go. And we take Wolves now, and then I'm gonna base. I want to look to kill this Zyra and this Misfortune, because they do have a bunch of shutdown gold. And they're really easy to kill for me, as you'll see in a second. If your team is inting, like, there's not a whole lot you can do about it generally. It's not worth it to try and patch that. And, like, hold their hand the entire time and try to make some type of magical move where they stop inting. So it is better to just like funnel yourself and still make sure you keep your jungle rotations as clean as you can. And then just keep like trying to achieve a lead. Because as you can see, I'm level 13, which is at least 2 levels higher than anyone in the enemy team. So that is helping me a lot in this situation. Now both the Misfortune and the Zyra are worth a bunch of gold. So I definitely want to look towards killing them as soon as I can. Alright, let's sweep. I do have to worry about some vision. I'm hoping that I'm gonna have to give Rift Herald here. I can't fight that, sadly. I'm just gonna take mid-wave. There is some stuff you just have to give up. Like, I'm gonna have to give all of these objectives because I don't really have a choice. Alright, my team is grouping for this now, so it might actually be possible to go in. But I'm still gonna be very careful here. Alright, kill her out of the map really fast. Gonna have to focus this Kane. Good. Good. Respect her ultimate a little bit. There we go. That works. Take priority targets out first. It's the most important thing you can have. So killing the Misfortune first there, since he is the strongest member, is the one I want to go for. And after that, taking out the champions that do the most damage, that are in range of you, is the way you want to play. So yeah. Keep that in mind as much as you can. Don't stress about it too much. This champion is extremely good in a 1v9 scenario. I need to back first because I have 3000 gold. So getting the 4 equip blades here. And I feel like I'm gonna need armor penetration really fast soon. No, I can't. I actually... Can I wait for this? I probably can, because I do have some time, and I don't think they're going to rush it. So I'm going to wait for the Last Whisper in this situation. You'll see why. Okay, I got the turret there, so that's okay. Why is this guy top lane? I don't understand why he went top lane here in this situation. You would obviously have to play for the objective. Now, in my situation right now, it's actually best to take red first and then take a fight. This situation is looking a little sketchy, though, so I might actually have to join before that happens. He's dead. She flashed. Okay, that's fine. That is completely acceptable. He's probably gonna walk in this direction. He didn't. Interesting. I have to see if they actually go for the dragon. With Xin, you just W the dragon and dash towards it if you want. I'm gonna take red first before I take any fight. And then I could look for something afterwards. Okay, let's just walk this way. I have to be wary of their wards. I don't know where they are. Wait, actually? Alright, as you can see, using my ult effectively there to help me survive the Misfortune and the Zyra onslaught, basically. I don't have smite now, though. Alright, he's dead. That's good. He walked out of position. Play it as slow as possible. Don't try to overchase anything, because you don't want to just suicide. That's really something you want to avoid at all costs. Use your ultimate, like try to fight with your ultimate up as much as you can as soon as you're in this position like this, where your teammates aren't that useful to you. So the more you can fight with actually having your ultimate up, the better it is for you. It's gonna probably walk here. There we go. Navori Quickblades is helping me a tremendous amount as well, by the way. It's not an item you might see too often, but in this build setup, it's actually super valuable to have. Alright, here I can get Lord Dominic's, and then probably to finish this build off, since I do have a shield bow, I'm gonna go for a damage item in the form of Infinity Edge. Because I'm stacking a bunch of crit, and Infinity Edge is gonna be extremely useful in that situation. So I'm gonna get Lord Dominic's now, and then we're gonna go for Infinity Edge to have a clean build setup. This is a build setup I would recommend mostly for this style of Xin Zhao if you're playing against a bunch of squishies. This is a very effective build setup. They are stacking some armor here still, so this item is very valuable. If they aren't really stacking armor, if they're really full squishy, you can go for Infinity Edge into Bloodthirster as well for just more sustain in general. But generally speaking, they will have some form of armor for this to be worth it. So yeah. Important here is that I don't forget to keep clearing my camps, because having the experience lead is going to be massive in me 1v9ing a game, basically. Now, the way you are going to look at these next fights, I'm going to try to use my ultimate as effective as possible to block as much damage as I can. Sadly, was not able to interrupt that Rift Herald. There's a Misfortune ult down. I'm not going to dive into 1v5. I need to look for any catch I can first. This guy's probably going to go for my camp. He flashed it. That's okay. You're joking. Alright, wait for him to dash first. Just hit 16. There we go. Look for anything on the side. Never try to 1v5 the enemy team in their face. That's always a mistake. That is something you want to avoid as much as you can. Ah, but you annoying little shits. I'm gonna die off that. Actually, no, I'm okay. Triumph saved my life, and the extra healing from the shield bow helped me as well. Look at how much I heal, by the way. Like, just look at my sustainability here. This build's very valuable. Now, the other build as well is extremely strong, mostly against tanks, of course. Which is what I've mentioned with the Divine Sunderer, Black Cleaver, into Steraks, into like Guardian Angel type of setup. It's extremely strong as well. You can finish that build off with like a Stone Plate. Stone Plate is overall a very nice item to have. See if I can get in range here still. Alright, good. Probably didn't have the red smite him there. That might have been a mistake. But But you can just see how strong this champion is when it comes to like 1v9 situations. Simply because of his ultimate. Like his ultimate prevents him from dying so often, it's crazy. I was hoping she'd walk up there. I have to respect their enemy team still. Ooh. I'm gonna die for that though. I did wipe their team, so my team should be able to take the inhib here, but I took too much damage. The ignite kind of killed me in that situation specifically. Right, we'll sell that, we'll get the Infinity Edge, and then to finish off this build, we get an Elixir of Wrath, and then you're basically done. So, yeah. That is a full build setup for this specific build. You saw the playstyle specifically. I was using my ult a lot of the time and looking for openings in these team fights to make sure that I'm safe as possible. I'm going to use my ult mostly to block the damage. Sometimes to help me burst somebody, but mostly to help block damage out. Because it's an extremely valuable tool to block out Misfortune ultimate or Zyra plants or even Illaoi ult damage. Stuff like that's very crucial to use to your advantage if you don't have a team, which I basically just didn't. My entire, I would say set's probably somewhat useful, but the rest of my team just does nothing. So, yeah. Also, giving up the early objectives, as I did, is very valuable in return for getting CS or maybe a kill towards the top side. It's all some things you have to keep in mind. So, yeah. You'll see my damage spike now. Like, with this, I'm basically just gonna insta-kill anybody on their team. Oh, I didn't get the dash. Or I didn't get the W hit for the dash. That is rather unfortunate. Let's see if he makes a mistake. He didn't. Can walk up here. I'm just barely not reaching. As soon as my W lands, I can follow something really fast. I'm not gonna follow into that because this would be a terrible position for me. Again, I'm not diving into the enemy team like some monkey. That will be out of the question. Play it as safe as possible and just wait for an opening. That is the way you have to play this game. If you're in a situation like I am right now. Alright, that's an opening. That's a one-shot. And we're ulting that. I can't ult there. Oh, I got CC chained perfectly. You're joking. I actually wanted to ult the exact second I got knocked off by Zyra ultimate. And then I got CC chained into a Misfortune ultimate death. That was really nice timing, actually. I should have ulted sooner. That's a my bad type of situation. I misplayed there. In that situation, I got CC'd right as I was about to ultimate. So I actually died in the duration of me getting knocked up and I wasn't able to ult. If I would have just ulted at the start there, I thought I was going to be able to drag it out a little longer, wait for the Misfortune to ultimate to actually activate before I can use my ultimate, but that was really unfortunate timing for me. It happens. I'm going to keep that in mind for the next fight and just play it slightly safer with my ultimate uses. I'm just going to use it instantly to give me the time of day for that, with that ultimate to make a play happen. So yeah. You can learn from my mistake as well. If you are unsure, just ult sooner. You'll always have the time out of your ultimate in the situation. I'm never going to get there in time. That's an unfortunate death into an enemy dragon. Who got my gold though? Misfortune did. It's actually kind of annoying. She's gonna have Guardian Angel at this point. I have to get her off the map as soon as possible now. She's gonna be my easiest target. Unless her Guardian Angel is finished and I'm gonna have to GA her instantly. She is still playing right now, so I'm gonna try to kill her real quick. She might greed for a push here. Or greed for some pathing. Walk in with Sweeper first. I'm gonna wait here for a little bit. See, I'm gonna ping him a couple times to see if he would walk up with me. Misfortune, in fact, isn't here. Surprising. Ooh, I should have used that earlier. If I would have been able to hit that, she would have died. Alright, wait for their mistake. I don't want to force a Baron because I actually don't think we win these. This is a mistake. That's good. Hit this. And just kill her real quick. All right, I'm waiting for mistakes. Like, that's the way I'm playing this. I'm not waiting to trust my team into doing stuff. I am literally just waiting for mistakes, because that's more effective than trying to take priority, and having a team not follow you up in certain situations is worse than just trying to engage first. I'm gonna actually flash that because I probably didn't have to flash that. I probably could have just killed Misfortune there, to be honest, but I'm playing it as safe as I possibly can. Alright, so 1, 2, and then knock her up, insta one-shot her. That's a trick you can apply as well. Making sure to Q, auto-attack twice, and then dash knock-up is going to be an instant knock-up. So that's the way you want to do that. 1, 2, knock him up instantly. Try to one-shot him here. And there you go. That is really the way you want to do this. I probably have enough damage to just kill her here. Wait, the inhibitor respawned. Oh, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Alright, that's it for Xin Zhao. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button below. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Alright, let's just add this in on the end. As you can see, 65,000 damage dealt, which is far more than anyone on my team especially, but also like double the damage of like the enemy team in general. So that's good. We have healing done is 22.4k. This is mostly passive and the shield bow effect. And damage taken is 40.7k as well. So yeah, do I have like self-mitigated damage? I do. 33.5k mitigated damage as well. So, yep,